おはようございます。今日も、グリードフォールやっていきたいと思います。ほんまはちょっとデッドバイデイライトやっていこうかなと思ってたけど、なんかというか個人的なあれで、ちょっと人と何かをできる精神状態じゃないから、ちょっと一人で、今日はイラついたなーで、それは置いといて、グリードフォールやっていこうかな。そうやん。分からへんねん、これが。もうほぼ、クエストもやることやったしな。あ、そっか、もうやるようになったんや。せやせや。
You have returned. The rule is still the same, you know.
これ。
Here is the seal of the Denegad Katasach of the village of Wenshavier.
And so you are a trusted friend of the great healer. He must see your true face and find it worthy. Enter. You are welcome.
I give you warm greetings, Glenda. I am Disarday, legate of the Congregation of Merchants.
Your merchant congregation sways me very slightly from my path. But you are a current of Katasach. His trust in you makes me stop and look at you. What brings you here?
I seek a remedy. My cousin, as well as many other people on our island, suffer from a terrible sickness. We think that only Enon Miel Frictamen can help us find a cure.
Really? And Katasach sent you to see me?
He told me that the only way to meet with your god was to come and see you. You would judge our worthiness.
Judge your intentions? Yes, that I can do. But even if I should do this, you would have many trials to pass. For the path you seek to follow has only been tread but a very few times, and you are the first Renaigse to set foot upon it. We must begin where everything begins. There is a trial. The trial of water. It will show us the reflection of your soul.
What must I do?
You must go to a cavern and tell me what you see on the seal you will find deep in its center.
And this cavern is guarded, I suppose.
That is true. But the simplest solution is not always the best. It is a path with many forks. I hope you will prove that you understand the spirit of our people and our island. Go now. Show us your true face, and return purified by the waters of the cavern.
What can you tell me about the sanctuary?
It is the most sacred place of the island. The hidden face, and still seen by all of you. Enol Mil Frictimen. I protected these doors like my father before me and his father before him. And still none of us have ever entered.
Am I to gather that there has never been a High King in your family?
We are heads of the Council of Kings. And so it is prohibited for us to present ourselves. We must remain impartial.
I see. And so you cannot speak to me about what you find inside?
The heart of the island beats near here, the volcano. And I know that it is a place full of life.
Can you tell me anything more about the role of the Council?
We gather here at every long night, and every short night. During these nights, the clans are in disagreement and come here looking for wisdom of the Council, and of course also the High King. Those who have complaints against their Mal may also be heard here, and find justice. And when important events take place, if the balance is threatened, then we also meet here, so that the wisdom of all might be shared, and that we might act as a same people.
What can you tell me about your god?
That the word God is too small to hold him. He is Tir Fradi in all and everything. The wisdom of his people, the gentleness of his rivers, the strength of his volcano. You are looking for wisdom to heal the Renaigse, but you still see it with the eyes of a sort of Donegan. He is much more than that. He is the essence of all life, of all magic, the spring.
I must leave. Goodbye.
Qua awelem say.
なんか急に声低くなった気がしたけど、気のせいか。とりあえず、
You have spoken to Glendon as you wanted. What more can I do for you?
I was asked to pass the trial of water. What do you know about it?
I have never passed it. Only those who must reveal their soul walk this path. The High Kings and Queens. It is a tremendous honor given to you, Renaigse.
Do you have any advice to give me?
I only know that the trial can be passed in many ways, and your choice will reveal the makings of your soul. One way is through strength, the other by ruse and heart. But I know no more than this. The trials are kept secret. Anything else?
Nothing else, thank you. I need to leave.
Good luck. And do not lose yourself in your own reflection.
自分を見失うな。さっきこっちの方がシオラにお、やっと進むやん、シオラ。
I need to talk to you. I have to ask you for another favor.
全然いいよ。
I'm listening, Siora.
Do you remember the mine shakers in my village?
Yes. If I understand correctly, there was some kind of an agreement made with them.
Even though these priests would make good allies against the lions because they hate them as much as we do, my mother would never have traded the spirits of the people of the village in exchange for their hair. And she would have wanted to be buried according to our rituals. She was deeply attached to our traditions.
So you think that they're lying?
Yes. And you understand these Renaigse better than I do. Will you investigate this matter with me?
お、行こ
Of
う。
course. Let's go.
ちょっと待って、耳がすごくかゆい。よし。こっから移動できたよな。ベドレイの村。
My child, what can we do for you?
We would like to know more about the agreement you supposedly sealed with Bladnet.
I do not see how our agreement concerns the congregation. But since you are asking us, We swore to provide this village with all our support in their fight against the Alliance.
In exchange, its inhabitants will have to renounce their pagan cult and turn towards the light.
My mother would never have made such an agreement. She's the one who encouraged me to become a Donegad.
The Queen had understood that the light was the only true path, even if she was attached to traditions. It is for this reason that we have accepted to seal our agreement according to your own rituals.
She had an engraver come to Falristo. He carved your strange symbols in the stone.
I do not believe a single word of this. You, the people of the light, are nothing but liars.
You would do well to hold your tongue, young lady. This village is now under our spiritual authority.
By not respecting us, you are committing blasphemy. And blasphemy is a crime that we punish severely.
Because you think that you can administer justice here. I am the daughter of Vladimir, and you are...
Sior, let's not get into another battle and make new enemies. Let's go find this stone.
That is an excellent idea. Then you will see that we are telling the truth.
ここは全部行ってんのか。いいしな。ファリステルのキャンプ。ファリステルのキャンプ。同盟連れて行こうか。行こう。アフラ。あ、間違えた。
Sade, I'm happy to see you. Can I do anything?
I must leave you.
Here's the stone we were looking for. It is destroyed. We can no longer decipher the symbols. Strange, isn't it?
This stone was damaged on purpose. We will never know the precise terms of the agreement.
There may be a way. Promises in stone are a very ancient tradition. Those who want to make these agreements must turn to a keeper of promises. An artisan who makes the stone speak. There are but a few. We did not have one in our village before Karadek's arrival. He must be the one who engraved this stone.
I thought you could not write.
The Donegada have a secret writing that the keepers of promises always learn. Those who want to seal a promise tell them to write, and they take care of it.
また移動せなあかんやん。何の村ここ。ベドレイ。
Strange. It looks like no one's there, but the door's left open.
Empty. Everything is broken and turned upside down. Sculpted engraved stone. What happened here?
It seems like there was a fight. Everything is scattered around.
This workshop was purposely devastated.
The owner must have left in a hurry, taking a few things and destroying the rest.
Unless someone else did this. We must find Karadeg.
Do you know where he might be?
This engraved stone bears the mark of Baraeg Nodas, Duncass's clan. Do you remember him? Karadeg originally belonged to this clan. He may have returned.
Let's go to Vigigador, and we'll find out.
ビギギド。いつの時代も宣教師はほんまビギギド。
What brings you here on Omanawi?
We're looking for Karadeg, the Keeper of Promises.
Did he come back to your village?
He did come, and then he left. We could not take him back.
Did you exile him? Why?
He is the one who left. He disagreed with our stance on the Renaitse. He thought that we should be fighting them, throwing them back to the sea. This is why he joined the Gaesra. And I did not want him to return if it meant that he would bring his hatred with him.
Do you know where he might have gone?
He feared someone or something, and he wanted to hide. He must have left for the woods south of here. He knows the area well. Is there anything else?
I must leave. Goodbye, Dunkus.
Qua awalum say.
南の森。お、あっこか。これ道がほんまにジャンプできたらいいのにな。こっちか。あれ？うん、思ってんな。お、生きてる。よかった。
Signora, Bertir Tumad Donegada. What are you doing with these strangers?
These strangers are my friends, Karadeg. You can speak in front of them without fear.
What do you want?
Tell me about your role as Keeper of Promises. What does it consist of?
Most words must be free, unable to fly like birdsong. But some words must survive those who utter them. So they call on the Keepers of Promises. Those who want to become one must win the trust of the Donegada and prove their wisdom. Then They teach us the words of stone. And when someone wants to seal a promise, we offer them those words.
So you're a kind of cleric? Thank you, Karadec.
Do you want to know anything else?
We would like to ask you about a stone you supposedly engraved.
It is the stone of the Renaigse, isn't it? I should never have accepted to seal such a promise. I did not like them, but I could not refuse to fulfill my duty. Not when Vladnid was demanding it. And now that she is no longer with us, these Monasinaiga are chasing me.
It is because you are the last person to know what was engraved on it. The stone has been destroyed.
I kept the piece of tree bark in which I prepared the glyphs. All the details are there.
With this tree bark, we could verify what my mother promised. Can you give it to us?
No, Donegad. I do not mean to disrespect you, but I will not. The Renaigse only bring us trouble, and you come with them. They will disappoint you just like they disappointed your mother. I do not want to deal with them ever again. They threaten my life, and because of them, I am forced to hide here.
Since you want to chase the Renaigse away, and since you want protection, why don't you join the rebels? We could indicate the location of one of their camps for you.
The rebels?
The Donea ex-Regao. They fight the Renaigse, and they accept people from all clans.
I have heard about them, but I didn't know where to find them.
We could help you join them, but we need this tree bark. It's the only way to prove that the priests lied.
In that case, take the tree bark. I hope that it will help you to chase these Renaigse away, Donega. And I did not think I would say this one day. But thank you, Renaigse.
What do these glyphs say?
That we will assist the priests in their war against the lions, and they must help us in return. There is nothing about the spirits of the people of the village, or renouncing our traditions. I knew they were lying. Let's show this to a saint.
戻ろう。早速村戻ろう。冷えるなぁ。
Siora, Asir, always with your new friends.
Bertir to Madiseld, I'm happy to see you. What do you want?
Azeld, about this pact your mother supposedly made with the priests.
Yes. Did you find anything new?
We went to Falristel to see the stone.
Were you able to read it, Siora?
No, because it was destroyed by someone. I am certain that the priests did it to protect their lies.
You're probably right, but for as long as we cannot prove it...
We retrieved the piece of tree bark that Karadec used as a model.
Siora, what's written on it?
Mother promised to help them against the lions, and they promised to help us in return. There's nothing mentioned about them settling here, and even less about them being entitled to the spirits of the people of our village.
So they lied. They mocked us, and insulted the memory of our mother.
I think it's high time they left. Don't you agree?
I think so too. Come on, let's go. You lied to us. You took us for gullible children. Leave this village at once. You will never be welcome here again.
But if you want our help with the Alliance, your people must convert to the light.
By lying, you have insulted the memory of the Queen. The entire village will be happy to make you pay for your affront if they hear about it. You do well to leave before having to face their wrath.
We are not here to shed blood.
Very well. We're leaving. But we will not forget your role in this matter, Your Excellency.
何やと
I did not think they would leave of their own accord. Thank you, Anol Manawi. Thanks to you, we managed to chase away these lawyers. And we will be able to perform our rituals and give our mother back to the earth. Yes. Thank you. Our village is in your debt. Shiora, I will need you for the ritual. Will you help me? Of course, Asir.
んあ、こいつじゃないんか。儀式はええの。オッケー、読んなら。ブリッジ同盟以外全部有効的になったな。オッケー。帰ろうっていうか、進もう。ブリッジ同盟は最初から好きじゃなかったから、まあ、ええか。違うね。話したいね。
What is it?
お、
I
何
must prepare the ritual for our mother's funeral. And I think that I will need your help.
But your sister will be there. Surely you'd rather be together.
For the ritual, yes, it will only be the two of us. But before that, your support would be a great help. Will you come with me?
まあ、ええ
Of
よ。
course. I'd be happy to be by your side. Let's go.
なんや。また戻らなあかんや。さっき言うてえな。ええねんで。別にええねんけど。行こう。
Shiora, Asir, always with your new friends. Bertir to Madiseld, I'm happy to see you. What do you want?
I'm only here to accompany Siora.
I came to give our mother back to the earth, Iseld. It is high time we did, I know. Performing the ritual might help me feel less empty. Iseld, I miss her too. Did you go to Vasrigan? No. Preparing the place is the role of the Donegada. I was afraid I would not do things properly.
んちょっと遠いか。どこ？歩いていかなあかんか。 行き止まりやん。違う。おそらくシオラで持久力が増えたから、荷物も400。次レベル上がった時に持久力を上げて、行かれへんかったところに行くか。
We are approaching Vazrigan. This is where I will perform the ritual. This burial mound has been the final resting place of our queens for generations. It must be prepared before we can start the ritual.
どうやって行ったっけ？もうちょいまっすぐか。
Something's wrong. Normally, you would hear the birds singing in this place.
What do you mean?
You think you should? This is not very natural. We cannot leave them here. So please stay You never see any around here. They must have nested in the shadow of the burial mound.
In that case, we have no choice but to destroy their nests. Otherwise, they'll just keep coming back.
You are right. We cannot let these carnivores roam so close to my mother's remains.
なんかしなあかんこと出てたけど、その破壊か。めっちゃおる。 さすがにこの量はしんどいな。おう。びっくりしたわ、もう。で、もう一回出てくるやろ。これで OK やな。違う違う違う。
Priests will no longer trouble the peace of our queen. All we have to do now is to take care of the ceremony.
セレモニーってどういう意味？
Is there anything else to prepare?
Of course. We will need some sensors crafted especially for the ritual.
Where can we find them?
It would be ideal if we could craft them ourselves, but otherwise the village artisan probably sells them. And I will also need some mortuary lotion. I will have to coat my mother's body with it before giving her back to the earth. I will give you a list of all the ingredients because we will have to prepare it ourselves. The merchants won't sell it. Once we have gathered these last items, then Isolde and I will be able to perform the ritual. I thank you for being by my side and helping me the way you are. It means a lot to me.
Don't mention it, Siora.
葬儀で使われるローションを手に入れる。それもっと早く言えよ。作りに行かなあかんやん。作れるとこで言わんと。どっかキャンプ近くにあるかな。遠いけど上からの方が分かりやすいな。もっと早言うてえな。作業台かんと。 よし、到着。で、ポーション。ポーションじゃローション。もういっぱい作っとこう。もういっぱい作っとこう。そんないらんやろうけどな。眠りのポーションもいっぱい作っとこう。こんなもんかな。
We have all that we need. Let's go back to the burial mound to put everything in place.
よっしゃ、直接戻れた。よかった。
Here we are. It is on this stone altar that we will place the body of my mother. We must place a censer where her head will be, and another near her feet. And then you will have done everything you could to help me. And I am infinitely grateful for it. Your presence by my side means a lot to me. But only my sister and I can participate in the ceremony. This is how our ritual of the dead is performed. Do you understand?
頭と足に
There. Everything is in place. Thanks again, Honor Manami. My sister should be joining me soon. You should wait outside. Oh, these rituals are demanding. But they help us to say goodbye to those we love. You have been a true friend. Akarats, accepting to help me the way you did. Thank you. I will never forget the kindness you displayed. Conforming to our customs and staying by my side.
It's only natural, Siora. I know what it feels like to lose someone who is dear to you.
We should go now. It is time to return to the living.
これで OK やな。で、いよいよ水の試練。またあのキャンプ行かなあかんやん。お？おらんかったやん、さっき。どっから湧いて出た？まあいいけど。 シオラなんか話すことあるかな。
Karans, do you need something?
I must pass the trial of water. Do you know anything about it?
I have heard it talked about. It is a trial that all must pass if they wish to become the High King. One says that the trial reveals the true personality of those who pass it. My mother passed it during the last election, but it was Vinbar that was elected in the end.
Did she tell you about it?
A little, but it is a secret trial. It is important that you give your whole heart to it. I know that you must choose your path in your way. Combat is not necessarily the best response, even if it allows you to get to where you are going. If you are confronted with animals, remind yourself that they must feed, and there are ways of altering food to make those who eat it fall into a deep and peaceful sleep.
Is that an idea that your mother used? It's clever. Thank you.
Anything else?
How did you know that those missionaries were lying? After all, given the situation, your mother could have wanted to form an alliance.
I knew my mother well. We were close. She would never have renounced her beliefs to forge an alliance.
I understand. However, couldn't she have renounced it in the hope of protecting her daughters?
Perhaps. But she knew us just as well as we knew her. And she knew that we'd rather die in battle than renounce our beliefs. Anything else?
何これ。
Why are you and your sister so different?
If you're talking about physical differences, they're linked to the fact that Iseld is not on Olmenawi. When we were little, we were perfectly identical. But our tempers were always different.
何が違うからって？言葉が分かれへん。ちょっとこれ口説きにかかる感じ？
I have no trouble believing you, and I'm glad that out of the two sisters, it's the gentler one who is by my side now.
Gentler? Really? The lion soldier on the battlefield would not have agreed. Anything else?
なんか
What do you intend to do now? Will you
進
become the
展なかっ
Doneigad
た。
of your clan again?
I will most likely do it, but not now. I still have a lot to discover by your side.
I'm very glad to be able to enjoy your presence a while longer.
Thank you for your kindness on Olmenawi. I am also happy to be with you too. Anything else?
特になんもないんか。
I've never heard you talk about your father. Who was he?
He was the Doneigad of our clan. He died many cycles ago, but this memory.
これ聞いたね。
My mother. Anything else?
I must leave you. See you later.
違う違う、ごめんごめん。
Desade, I'm happy to see you. Can I do anything for you?
故郷島市。
Tell me about your studies with Dr. Asili.
He was not always mad, you know. He was a renowned doctor back in Al-Sad. His unusual methods saved many lives, and I was very proud to be amongst his students. He taught me a lot. He was a great teacher. He was strict and severe, but he always pushed us to do our best. It's only when I joined him on the island that I understood that there was something wrong. He seemed changed and completely obsessed with the Malachor. You know it killed his wife and 2 children. He was so shaken by that, he no longer showed any restraint in his research. Such a waste. For the natives he massacred as well as for science.
奥さんと娘亡くしてたのは知らんかったわ。知ってたら殺しはせんかったのにな。 その情報は知らなかった。まあとりあえず水の試練やるか。どこ？右行って左。
Siora, do you know anything about the trial that awaits us inside?
My mother passed it during the last election, but it was Vinbar that was elected in the end.
Did she tell you about it?
A little, but it is a secret trial. It is important that you give your whole heart to it. I know that you must choose your path in your way. Combat is not necessarily the best response, even if it allows you to get to where you are going. If you are confronted with animals, remind yourself that they must feed. And there are ways of altering food to make those who eat it fall into a deep and peaceful sleep.
Is that an idea that your mother used? It's clever. Thank you.
眠りのポーションやったら何個か持ってたかな？持ってたか？
These beasts are feeding on that carcass. If only we could pour some sleeping potion on it.
睡眠薬持ってた？眠りのポーションやけど。ちょっと待って、どのタイミング？
You did it. They're sleeping. We should be able to pass without a fall.
あ、こんなん続く感じ？隠密得意じゃないからな。ん？こっちなんかあったん？なんかあったんかもな。コウモリが来るとか。
Watch out, another!
Look at the basin and the symbols around it. Given the islanders' taste for rituals and enigmas, I think you should touch the water.
水に触れらん。この水、いや、それは言われんでも。
And you had this empty stare. The water in the basin spoke to you. No.
Yes. Exactly like the lightning-struck tree. I was something else for a brief moment.
Tell us. Visions like this are guides, keys for the sacred rituals.
I was in the sky. I was floating, carried by the wind. And it was a cold feeling. I was high up, and it was getting colder and colder. I felt my blood freezing in my veins. I fell to the ground and spun slowly. And then the sun warmed me. Suddenly I bounced on the ground. And I was taken by the bubbling current of this creek. Then, just like before, the vision dissipated. and I was suddenly with you again.
ちょっと待って。
This stone bears the image of a storm, or perhaps the wind. On this stone, the sun is visible.
太陽は最後の方かな。
The drawing on this stone makes me think of fire.
火。
I'm certain. This drawing looks like an infant.
陽子、命。
Could it represent life? Here this looks like a snowflake. This stone is adorned with the etching of a drop of water.
水？
This stone is blackened, eaten away. I
食
think
べ
it's
尽く
supposed
さ
to
れる。
evoke death.
まあ、風やろ。風に浮いて、風に浮いて、ちょっともう一回。
Once again, these visions open gates. Try to remember them.
I was in the sky. I was floating, carried by the wind, and it was a cold feeling. I was high up, and it was getting colder and colder. I felt my blood freezing in my veins. I fell to the ground and spun slowly. And then the sun warmed me. Suddenly I bounced on the ground. And I was taken by the bubbling current of this creek. Then, just like before, the vision dissipated. And I was suddenly with you again.
氷？注意て、で冷たくて血管が凍りそうで地面に落ちて、じゃあ太陽が違う違う太陽が溶かしてくれて、もう一回教えて。
Once again, these visions open gates. Try to remember them.
I was in the sky. I was floating, carried by the wind, and it was a cold feeling. I was high up, and it was getting colder and colder. I felt my blood freezing in my veins. I fell to the ground and spun slowly. And then the sun warmed me. Suddenly I bounced on the ground.
地面で跳ね
I
返
was
り
taken by the bubbling current of this creek. Then, just like before, the vision dissipated. And I was suddenly with you again.
地面で跳ね返り小川水か。あ、終わり。どうなったん。戦ってもええねんで。あ、なんでもう
These beasts are feeding on that carcass. If only we could pour some sleeping potion in it.
You did it. They're sleeping. We should be able to pass without a fight.
途中で抜けるなんて知らんもん。まあでもとりあえずここまでは。
Look at the basin and the symbols around it. Given the islander's taste for rituals and enigmas, I think you should touch the water.
いや、光ってんねん。もうやることやったんや。多分もう終わりやろ。謎解き明かす。ほんまこの上行けたら一番いいんやけどな。
I need a bit of practice.
うん、しゃあない。しゃ。来いよ。え？攻撃してええんかどうか。こっちはもう洞窟から抜けなあかんかったから、来いよ。戦えんのか？気持ち悪いなあ。もう飼いならせてある。なるほど。登ってたらここから。
This must be the seal that Glendan spoke about. It looks like the silhouette of the mountain of Tearfredi, and a face is drawn within it.
The spirit of the volcano. One of the faces of immortal Frichtemann.
自分らしさどうこう言うてたけど、何やったんやろ。
Bear tear to mud on Olmenawi. I congratulate you for passing the trial. And
スキップしてもうた。
And so you have returned. Can you tell me what the seal deep within the cavern brings into your mind?
A face in the mountain of Tearfredi.
Then you have seen the true face of the island when looking into her waters. And the island has seen inside you. You sent the beasts into a deep sleep. That was very clever. Another before you did the same. In choosing the path of silence, you avoided confronting the dos and dats. Finally, you have completed the ritual. And in so doing, the Guardian recognized you as a wise man. You choose to trust away rules and wisdom. It is a difficult path, but it carries generous fruits. The island has seen your intelligence and also your compassion. The friendship of Katasak towards you no longer surprises me.
Am I authorized to encounter Enormil Frichtemann now? To present him with my request?
If the High King agrees, yes. We shall not oppose that decision. Only a High King or High Queen is allowed to open the sanctuary. I warned you. Your voyage is far from over.
I suppose that I'm going to need to convince them as well. Where can I find them?
I do not know. And I believe that it may be another trial on your path to find the one you seek.
Is he hiding? Has he been captured?
He disappeared several months ago. Since then we have not heard from him. He was worried about the Renaigse. The last people to have seen him, I'm told, were the most important chiefs of the clans here at the council. There was Derda, Blacknid, Ulan, and Dunkas.
My mother, alas, can tell us nothing more.
Yes, I heard about your loss, Siora. And the Tirse.
シオラさんは亡くなってないで。
And divorced Tirse. Thank you, Glinda.
Deirdre is the Mal of the clan of the Storm Warriors. You will find her in the village of Vedlog.
I've already met her. She sent me to confront a guardian.
That sounds like her. Ulan is the Mal of the village of Vignamri, near the coast. It is said that he welcomes the Renaxe. As for Dunkas, he leads the Vigigidor. He is the chief of the Earth Healers. His village is not very far from the Didekidan Nadages.
Very well. I will go and see them. Try to find this High King. Thank you, Glenda.
Kwa Walam said, I hope that you will find him.
水の試練。おお、レベルアップ。お、全部上げれるやん。次何しようとしてたっけな。手榴弾、爆弾、何これ。錬金術製剤を武器にし適用し、その後のヒットに効果を与えることができる。ちょっとうまいことは、錬金術。縦か、縦の方やるか。メンタル、意志、精度、持久力。ちょっと待ってや。スタミナがジャンプしたり崖登ったりやんな。これでいって俊敏性を5。これでいい。 OK。コンスタンティンに報告か。
Karans, do you need something?
ここに進展ないんか。
Glad to see you, my friend. Can I do anything for you?
I must leave you.
これやな。何もつけられへんのか。走行ダメージ減るけどしゃあないな。一応こっちしとくか。クルツ、あ、違う。
Karans, do you need something?
I must leave you. See you later.
チームを作るで、カリスマ、科学、スタミナ、職人の技、直感。直感をやってるから、まあ、クルス、石がいんのか。みんなネックレスはネックレスも人選ぶんか。
Lieutenant, I demand an explanation. Tell us what is going on. We haven't heard anything about Lord Dorsey's condition in spite of our inquiries. We are extremely worried. And then all of a sudden one of his guards appears, shaken and on his own, though he is part of his retinue.
Please, allow me the chance to shed some light, my lady.
Your soldier is nothing more than a coward for abandoning his highness.
Tell me, what is going on?
This soldier has just reported in. He is asking for reinforcements. He believes that Lord Dorsey has been attacked.
He believes? He ran here without full knowledge of what happened firsthand.
I was sent on patrol far from the camp, but I heard screams from men and from beasts. I wanted to return to camp, but then I heard a deafening sound, grinding like a landslide. I thought then it would be best just to go and get help.
Thank you, Lieutenant. You are dismissed. I would like to have a discussion with this man alone.
Yes, sir.
My lady, could you lead these fine people into the hallway, if you would be so kind?
Certainly. I deplore this embarrassing turn of events, but know that you have my full support in all circumstances.
In the interest of avoiding a general panic, tell me precisely what happened back then.
Your cousin ordered us to escort him beyond the town limits. The islander convinced him to go on some journey.
By islander, do you mean the Denegat that came to treat his affliction?
Yes, a strange bird. Missing more than one feather, you asked me, sir. I was ordered to set up patrol along a small path, rather far from the rest of the company. I was told to protect our perimeter from anyone wandering along. According to the islander, it was the only access to their planned destination. I did my rounds for quite some time. Not a soul came along. But then I heard cries a ways off, and I went running to help. I heard an enormous crashing sound, like an avalanche of rocks. So then I turned right back around.
And you ran all the way here? Do you know precisely where the company was when you heard these sounds?
No, not precisely. I hadn't gone there. But I could show you where I was posted. The islander said they were following the path, but he was quite a ways ahead when I lost sight of them.
Why didn't you go and look for yourself? To see if they had been buried by a rock slide?
What? Alone? What could I have done? It seemed of greater urgency to go and get help.
I'm still having trouble deciding if cowardice or intelligence got the best of you. But that's a question for your superiors. My cousin was quite weak. Do you know why he decided to follow the Denaiad?
His Highness was feeling much better. The potions that he was drinking must have been potent. I mean to show no disrespect to His Highness, but that islander had the high ground in the War of Wits. I wasn't privy to their counsel. I haven't the beginning of an explanation for the expedition, but your cousin was all full of enthusiasm and ordered that we set out as quick as we could make ready.
That sounds like him. What sort of mess has he gotten himself into? Again?
I am sorry, sir, but I don't know anything else I could tell you.
Dismissed, soldier. Looks like I'm going on an expedition.
Thank you, sir.
また別れる？それはもうコンスタンティン探すやろ。ちょっとレディ・モランジュと会話したいな。なんやねんこれ、止まれへんやん。止まってくれへんやん。外交顧問。なんか、ミッションないか？
Minister, Your Excellency, it is always an honor. How may I serve you?
What exactly is your role here?
I am tasked with advising Governor Constantine about business matters, and I make sure that all business contracts are established properly and are favorable to us. I am responsible for setting taxes on goods based on their value, among other things. It is an exciting job that requires the utmost care. Would you like anything else?
なんもなしか。
Goodbye, Your Excellency.
なんか光って見えたけど、気のせい？気のせいか。レディ・モランジュはなんか頼みたいことないんかな。
Good day, dear sir. Happy to see you again in such fine health. How can I be of service?
Did you know that the congregation already tried to colonize this island more than a century ago?
No, I did not. But I suspected as much. Seeing the ruins got me thinking. If I understand correctly, you've already found proof of this and you're not happy about it.
I discovered that I am originally from the island.
And that had been hidden from you. I'm really sorry, but I assure you that I was not aware. You should be asking the prince for answers to these questions.
なんもなさそうやな。
My lady, I have to go. Goodbye.
Oh, it's you all over now. We'll make it for you.
そういや、ここ、ここジャンプしていかなあかんとこあったんちゃうか。今ならジャンプできるはず。ここじゃないんか。もうちょい先か。あれ、マークつけたいね。あれ違ったっけ。あ、上行ける。あ、純鉄鉱石。あ、ここや、ここ。まあ、宝箱ぐらいやろうけどな。宝箱もなし。無理して来る必要なかったやん。今やったら崖登れるはずやから、ここかな。あ、ここ、キャンプ、3つあんな。キャンプ3つ。キャンプ1個2つ。1、2、3、4、5。キャンプ3つのとこやな。どっちかやな。伐採キャンプ、こっちかな。発掘現場。石、 ここじゃない。ここでもない。ここかな、じゃあ。でもキャンプ5つもあるで。こっちか。2つしか取れてなかったっけ。ここもちゃうな。じゃあやっぱここか。それかここの可能性もあるけど。ここの可能性もあるか。まあどっちにしろ後でまた行かなあかんやろから、そんな先今行って回んでもええやろうけどな。ここかな思ったけどちょっと違うか。あれでも、いやちょっとちゃうな。まあえっか。
Ongos,
What do you want?
I must leave.
いやでもここじゃないんか。ここの壁が登れんかったとかじゃなかったっけ。わからんわ。まあええか。まあええわ。まあここは当然やってるわな。このすぐ下んとこや。
This is the camp that Constantine's escort must have established.
It wasn't a landslide that did this, but combat. A deadly one. I sure hope our little governor has escaped the carnage.
Search the zone. Let's see if we can find any clues as to what's happened here. The tents were lacerated by what looks like claws, and there are traces of blood everywhere. Some of these men must have been attacked in their sleep by beasts. Most of the weapons are missing. Our soldiers wouldn't have taken a rest without defenses. Our soldiers were attacked by surprise, and there were animals among the assailants. However, our men reacted properly. They were armed and they fled as best they could. There are no bodies, and no sign of Constantine or Catasac's presence here. Perhaps they were in another place, and the soldiers wanted to join them. We need to follow the tracks.
もうちょいやった気がしたけど、もうええんか。
This area has been trampled. An entire stampede passed by here. Our soldiers must have fled the zone and taken this path followed by their assailants. This is a sacred place of a native cult. No doubt this is where Catasac and Constantine were going.
It isn't really a place of a cult, but rather a place of anchoring. A place where Donegada perform a ritual to become Sinolminawi. These places are charged with great energy. Perhaps Catasac wanted to use it to bring relief to your cousin.
Perhaps. There are bodies, and without a doubt there was fighting here. Search the place. Let's see what we are able to find. Crater. Without a doubt caused by an explosive potion. The soldiers might have been carrying them. They must have been desperate to have taken such drastic measures. The corpses of both men and beasts. These soldiers fought dearly until the end. Neither Constantine nor Catasac are among them.
これ字幕誰がやったん？
This blade is a native ritual knife, and this bowl contained a potion. Someone wanted to perform a ritual here. Could Catasac have found a better means to alleviate Constantine's symptoms? Constantine and Catasac must have been visiting this place. Perhaps performing some sort of healing ritual. When the attack took place, the soldiers intervened, and many fell during the fight. But a group was able to escape down this path. We need to continue following their tracks.
結構字幕文字のミスが多いぞ。一回延期してのこれかいな。そんなに追われてたん？まあコロナやったとは言うても。
They must have fled this way.
燃えてるやん。
These trees look half calcinated, as if they were exposed to immense heat. These weapons are in terrible condition. Whatever did these men come up against?
この獣たちも倒れてるっていうのが
Another burnt tree. This path seems to have been scorched in flames. believe that our soldiers could be carrying so many explosive potions. These poor soldiers were torn to pieces. Animals again, or something else.
もう一箇所調べれたんちゃう？
New footprints. It looks as if a group met up with them and took this path. There was more fighting over here. There are not only the corpses of our own men, but where could these other soldiers have come from?
These are Coin Guard, but I couldn't tell you if they served the Bridge Alliance or Talele.
More signs of explosions. But what were they doing with all these explosives on them?
もうちょい調べれる？
Only a handful made it up to here. The path stops on this overhang, and despite signs of a skirmish, I can't see any sign of Constantine or Katasak. These rocks were broken, as if they had taken cannon fire. What could have happened here? I don't recognize these men. Still more unknown soldiers. Could they have been responsible for the attack? This one is carrying a letter. Let's see. According to this note, this troop came from an outpost of the Bridge Alliance close by. A patrol, no doubt. Could the bridge in some way be linked to this attack? That makes no sense.
やっぱりブリッジ？
I recognize this sack. It's my cousin's. Oh, Constantine, what have you gotten yourself into again? These vials look familiar. Katasak used the very same to stock his potions. He must have come here. I'm going to pick them up. Very well. Let's sum things up. Constantine and Katasak definitely came through here to perform some sort of ritual. But they were attacked. An attack obviously involving wild animals. And then there are these traces of inexplicable flames. Could it be magic?
You cannot suspect my people are behind this attack. You have strayed far from the path. No one would have attacked Katasak.
Unless he himself was behind it. He is a powerful Donega. The beasts obey him.
How could you even think something like that? He is a healer. He brought comfort to your cousin.
Perhaps he only did it to gain our trust. With Constantine captive, he now has leverage to apply to the colonists and force them to accept his conditions. But in all truth, I have no idea what to think. But regardless of who is guilty, I must find my cousin. We can return to Wen Xavier to learn more. Perhaps Katasaka returned there. Or maybe his Voglundai could tell us where to find him. We're also going to have to visit the outpost. Their soldiers were involved in the combat, or at least the end of it. They must have some stories for us.
I doubt that the Alliance would have decided to openly attack their ally. Don't forget that they owe their continued presence on the island to you.
And thanks to you, I know. But their men were there, on the cliff. And Constantine is no longer among us. Maybe those men are still loyal to the preceding commander. However, one way or another, Constantine is in danger. Let us be on our way without further delay.
ここで終わり。とりあえずついでや行こうか。ここ左や。何がどうなってこうなってんの？謎やな。全くわからん。取れてない。北やな、北。この上もなんかなかったっけ？ああ、取ったかもな、この上。普通に取れたっけ？スーッと降りられんのかな？こっちなんか村あったっけ？なんかミッション増えた？複数あんのか。
Colonials? You must have gotten lost to have come this far from nowhere. To whom do I owe the honor?
Desarde. I am legate of the congregation of merchants on this island.
A legate? Here? Pardon my dismay, but we don't get many official sorts around here. Captain Idris. I am the ranking officer in charge of this Bridge Alliance outpost. What can I do for you, sir?
I'm looking for Constantin d'Orsay, the island governor of the Congregation of Merchants.
A governor? Here? Whatever would he be doing in this rat hole?
My cousin was part of an expedition in this region. His men and his camp were attacked. They nearly all died. But we found no trace of his body, which has us hoping that he may still be alive. Wounded and holding up somewhere, or even captured.
Have you cast your suspicions in our direction? I hope this is a joke. We've had neither reinforcements nor supplies for weeks. In my book, we've been totally forgotten. I wouldn't risk a few lives remaining to attack a governor's camp. I'm not crazy. I'm truly sorry for your cousin, Excellency, but we haven't seen him. And we definitely haven't kidnapped him. The region is dangerous. The natives are heartless. You should be looking in their direction.
You do know that we found the bodies of several men from the garrison up there, don't you?
How could you be sure?
One of them was carrying a note, signed by your hand.
And they are dead. I had hoped they'd have survived and would eventually return.
Explain yourself, Captain. What were your men doing on the cliff top?
They were monitoring the zone. They were to warn us of any troop movements. We have lost too many men to surprise attacks. We decided to take initiative and be ready. Yesterday, we heard screams and saw some strange lights up there. But I was hoping...
And you didn't go and see for yourself? You hear screams, certainly those of your own men, and you don't do anything.
So the last of my men give up their lives for nothing as well? You can think of me as a coward if you like. But me, I'm taking no more unnecessary risks.
Why do I have the feeling that you're holding something back from me?
金渡す。
I understand what you're feeling. The pain of seeing your men fall one after the other. The feeling of being abandoned by your leaders. The anger. If you know anything, speak. My cousin is not one of them.
I don't know what to tell you, Excellency. I haven't stepped a foot outside camp.
Kinsen.
I can see how difficult your present situation has become. I'm certain you haven't been paid either for quite some time. I cannot solve all of your problems. But what would you say if I took care of that one, at least?
A little gold would certainly improve the morale of my men. One of the men I posted there returned during the night.
A survivor? Excellent. Did he tell you what happened?
He wasn't able to say a word. He collapsed unconscious 2 steps past the doorway. Our nurse sits with him, but there is little hope that he will come back to himself. His wounds are extremely serious. He's just refusing to die.
I'm sorry to hear that, Captain. Perhaps we could do something for him.
Go and see the nurse. Perhaps you can do something to help the poor boy. I can't take it anymore. To lose another man. Anything else?
Concerning the young man that survived.
Did you see the nurse?
Not yet.
Really? I thought that your cousin's life hung in the balance. This boy will not survive long if someone doesn't help him. Anything else?
I need to be going.
I would very much like to do the same. Safe journey, Your Excellency.
なんかできるかな。ポーションは持ってるっちゃ持ってるけど。
What are you doing there? This is an infirmary.
I know. I've come to see the wounded soldier. The captain told me you might need my help.
That is very kind of him. But alas, it's a little late.
What are you saying? Is the soldier...
No, he still lives. But I've been asking the captain for weeks to escort me on a mission to replenish my stocks. I no longer have a single remedy. And now that we have a wounded patient, I can only wipe water on his brow and hope.
Do you know what type of remedy would allow him to survive?
Yes, at least I think so. It's a known potion that heals burns.
I see. Give me the recipe. We'll go and see that it's prepared for you.
Thank you. Because of you, this poor boy might be able to survive his wounds.
やけどに効く最高のポーション。最高のポーション。なんだあのオレンジ。イドリス船長の日誌。状況はますます悪くなっている。高地を調査するために送り出した招待は一人しか戻ってこなかった。報告によるともうほとんど助かる見込みがないようだ。そこで何があったのか正確にはわからないが、関わるべきではないと感じている。今のままでも十分困難だというのに。どうすれば生き延びられるのだろう。武器もなければ援軍も来ない。給金だって長いこと支払われていないのだ。さっきの人か。最高のポーション作れるやろ。
Were you able to concoct the potion against burns?
Yes, I was. Might we administer it?
Give it to me. I'll take care of this. We must wait and be patient now.
Will he make it?
I hope so. We'll know soon enough. This potion is extremely potent.
And if he survives, when could we speak to him?
Come back tomorrow at the same time. We'll know more then.
Very well. I'll come back tomorrow.
See you soon. And thank you again for your help.
24時間後か。それまで他のやっとくしかないな。もうどれぐらい進んだんやろ。もうほんま終盤かな。あ、キャンプや。どんだけちょっとちょい20時間。あんま遅かったら死んじゃうんかな。いやでも助けたから回復はしていくか。大丈夫か。ここもほぼ埋めてんな。パッパとここの誰かに会うんか。
I've heard stories of your exploits. Thank you for all you've done. It's unusual for us to be offered aid by a Renaigse. It seems my Tier was right. You are on Olmenawi. How can I help?
Katasak has disappeared. Would you have any idea as to where he went?
What? But my Tiern followed you to help you. How would I know where to find him?
I don't know exactly what happened, but he took my cousin to a particular place. A place to perform a ritual. Their escort was attacked. decimated by beasts and by magic. And my cousin and Katasak have disappeared.
And you believe that the Tiern has taken your cousin and killed his soldiers? Your heart must beat in shadow to believe that the man who offered you his hand only did so in order to better betray you.
Wait. This is not what my friend wanted you to hear. Perhaps they were wounded. And your master wanted to take Constantine to a safe haven to heal him. We must find them at all costs. Wherever they are, they most certainly need help.
Forgive me, Donegan. Your words are true. I spoke without thinking. But I do not know how I can help you.
There may be a way. I found these vials of potion on the battlefield. Do they belong to your master?
They could very well, but let me see them closely. No, they are not his. This potion does not seem like any of those my master prepares. I do not know this smell. The plants used to make it do not come from here. Another Donegan must be implicated. But none that I know would attack Katasak. May the trees protect us. Who would attack the water that heals? The earth that feels? They must be in grave danger.
Yes. I sincerely hope that we will find them. That they are alive and well. I must go. I need to continue my investigations.
When you have discovered anything, let me know. Kwawelemsek.
I have to go.
Kwawelemsek.
なんか字幕が Google の翻訳でやったような間違えた。たまに女言葉になってたりするしな。そんなに忙しかったんかな。まあコロナやったもんな。延期されたとは言うても一回8月やったのに10月に延期されたからな。どうや、あの兵士はどうや。寒い。冷えるな。お、復活してる。
Hello, soldier. How are you doing?
Better. A lot better. Are you the one who saved me? The nurse told me.
I simply prepared the potion that she told me how to make. Nothing more. Could you tell me what happened during the attack?
I will try. They're not really memories I'm fond to bring back. A lot of my friends died up there. We were posted up on the peak to follow rebel movements. It had been a couple of days, and we heard sounds of fighting not far from our position. Men were screaming in our own language. So we went to see what was happening. Soldiers of the Coin Guard and an islander were trying to protect a young man. He seemed dire ill.
Constantine Katasak and his escort. Who were they fighting against?
Dozens of wild animals that seemed completely enraged and intent on devouring them. And there were flames.
Flames? Where were they coming from?
I don't know. My friends and other soldiers fell one after the other. I didn't see everything. All was blood and confusion, beasts and fire. But I thought I saw another islander. Big,
She's the one who took the second man. There was practically no one left on the battlefield. I was wounded. I passed out. I came to when I heard voices of islanders approaching. Rebels. I thought to myself, they're coming to finish off the wounded. I got up with difficulty and fled. I dragged myself here. And you know the rest.
I'm going to have to go and find these rebels.
You shouldn't do that. They killed all of my friends. You take a great risk.
That's enough. Rest now. You're still far from having recovered.
Yes, it's best I leave now. I've learned enough. I'll have a word with your captain. Goodbye.
Excellency, I was told that you saved my soldier. Thank you. You can't imagine what this means to us.
Please. I did nothing more than follow the instructions your nurse gave me.
Did you learn what you needed to learn?
Yes. I was able to question your man and he told me what he saw. He and his company heard sounds of the attack, and they went to investigate. My cousin's escort were already nearly annihilated by animals that jumped out from all sides. A strange sorcerer controlled them. It was he that took my cousin.
One of those rebel savages, no doubt. I knew that they'd be behind all of this. They must have learned that an important man was in the region and thought he would make the perfect hostage. I'm sorry. I would give you some men, but...
Don't apologize. I know where the camp can be found, and if my cousin is there, I will free him.
Like you freed the scholars. You're a good man, Excellency. Thank you again for saving my soldier.
I need to be going.
I would very much like to do the same. Safe journey, Your Excellency.
誰？誰？ちょっとこの微妙な調整が。ここはなんていうキャンプ？ディジ電線。6時過ぎか。もうお腹すいたわ。そろそろかな。寒い。あ、キャンプで時間決めれんねや。今はそれじゃないね。あ、回り込まんとあかんな。入り口もわからん。入って、 何の BGM これ。
Do it. What are you doing? Who let you pass?
Your men. We are here to parley with your chief.
Parley? With Renaigse? You truly believe that...
Leave this to me. I want to know what they have to say. I know you, Renaigse. It is you who freed the lion prisoners. Speak. I will hear you.
誰に言うから男の人かと思った。
To speak to you about my cousin's capture and the massacre of his escort. A soldier from the nearby outpost survived and told us that you were present on the battlefield. I know that you see us as your enemies, but we are not here to harm you. I only seek to find the man I consider to be my brother, as well as the man who is protecting him. Katasach, one of your greatest Donegada.
No Donea Exregal would attack Katasach.
If you didn't attack him, you must know what happened to them. I was told that an islander took my cousin away. Perhaps your men were there to aid them.
We do not have your cousin, and we do not know what happened to him. As for Katasach, and the worst, dear, he died from his wounds. That night, we heard the sounds of a terrible combat. The ground shook all the way to our homes. We went to see, but we arrived too late. The last breath of Katasach had returned to the wind when we arrived there, and many of the Renaigse were dead. We could do no more. We carried the body of the Donegad and brought it here.
He gave his life to protect Constantine. May he rest in peace. This request might surprise you, but we would like to see him.
Why? What do you want to do with him, Renaigse?
Examine him to understand what killed him. We were told that an island native was there and that he likely led the attack.
No Donea Exregal would attack Katasach. You have been lied to, or they were mistaken.
That is the very reason I need to see his body. To understand.
You may see him. But if you desecrate his body, you will pay for this offense with your life.
片座死んだんや。せっかく見つけた賢者やのに。あっこか。あれ？ああ。
Katasach. Seeing the state of his body. I hate myself for having suspected him. Forgive me, Donega. To have doubted your loyalty and even more for what we are about to do. Now then. Let's see what story this corpse has to tell.
心臓が。
The corpse retains the marks of a bludgeoning. There are large bruises all over it. I can see no wounds that could be attributed to a blade or a musket shot. The major wound is found on the chest, which was crushed by something tremendous, to the degree that the skin was torn. The ribs are in pieces and the organs punctured. The edges of the wound are singed and smell of burnt flesh. There is a powdery spot on this wound, as if from ash or dusty gravel. Katasach bore the brunt of this attack or incredible force. I would venture to say it was inhuman. I can only imagine one thing that could have inflicted such a wound. It's as if an enormous, burning stone hit him right in the center of the chest. And seeing as how the bodies of the soldiers we found were sporting wounds of a similar nature, we can deduce that we're on the tracks of a man, or a creature, capable of using molten rock as a weapon.
I can't imagine an Adaig behaving like this. It is not their way. That they might attack careless hunters or warriors, true, but to attack Katasach. The power to call volcano fires could only be that of a guardian. No simple man wields mountain fire.
we still don't really know who is actually behind this attack, nor what they want, judging by the severity of these wounds. I fear the worst for Constantine.
All your experiments. You've learned so little. You've learned to fear. Your instincts should have been enough.
We had to at least try. Are you not even concerned or angered by what happened to Katasach?
We've grown accustomed to the loss of lives, your relentless attacks and incessant treacheries. All the same, there is truth in your words. This attack is out of place. Guardian and Donegad would never attack one another. There is a ritual that might help us. Anatalas Fair.
The Anatalas Fair. What is it? Tell me more.
It is a magical rite that only a person with a powerful bond to both spirits and nature can perform. It allows the Donegad who chants it to relive the last moments of an Onol Manawi.
That would allow us to at least see the face of his assassin.
If what I have heard is true, yes. To my knowledge, only one Donegad still living knows the ritual.
Let's ask her for her help then. She might be able to tell us what has become of Constantine.
You are quick to ask another to put her mind in danger for your own concerns. Imagine the pain of the wounds of another, shaking your body as the cold of death crushes your beating heart. This is what you must ask of the Tiernahach. It is the price she must pay for performing the ritual. When her companion was lost in battle, fighting against your own, she wanted to live that death beside her. Since that day, our Tiernahach Kedachtas has never breathed air with the same breath.
That would explain her distrust of the colonials.
You must make her see your purpose. It may be the only way you are going to learn the fate of your cousin.
誰？なんか話がなんであの女の人は俺にものすごい剣幕やったん？原住民いろいろと助けたで。何をしろって？メインだけか。ティエナハルカダチスタスのメブに助けを求めろ。あ、でももう時間か。そのマップに移動して、あ、何あれ。セラフェディン教授。前にお話しいただいた生き物を見たとき、私は探検に必要な物資を集めて戻る途中でした。巨大な獣は鹿に似てたけど、2本足で歩き、背丈が木よりも高い。その獣が私に飛びかかってきたので、剣で身を守ろうとしました。でも最高級の鎧みたいに硬い甲羅に跳ね返されてしまい、戦ったことなかったっけな、こういう。なんとか逃げ切ることができましたが、出血がひどく、もう戻ることはできないと思います。誰かが私を見つけて、この手紙を届けてくれることを祈っています。つまり、奥さんの名前書いてくれてたら届けんで。ただ角の巨大な 飛びかかる槍持ってるやつじゃない。
Hello, Mev.
Renoixe, why have
あ
you
あ、
come
こい
here
つ
again?
か。この人か。
I've come to ask you for help.
My help? You still seek the remedy for the sickness on your island? Or are you looking for something else?
My cousin has been taken, and I've been told that you could help me.
Truly? And in what way?
By performing the Anatalis fair on the body of Katasak, the Donegat.
Katasach is dead. Undervustere. This is a great tragedy. He was a good man. Perhaps the best of us all. How did this happen?
He went with my cousin to a sacred site when they were attacked. My cousin has disappeared, taken, according to a witness. And Katasak suffered terrible wounds. We examined him, and it seemed as if he had been struck by molten rock.
Fire of the earth. Only the Nadaig Manemen have the power to wield it. But none of our own would have attacked Katasach.
This is why we need your help. We want to understand and to find who's responsible.
And you will avenge the dead as you have avenged my wound in the past. Very well, Renoixe. I will help you. And I also wish to gain understanding. Our island wails in suffering. Many Sinol Minawi have died. The Anatalas fair may kill me, but at least I will know. You will need to act as my Voglandaig, and bring to me the necessary ingredients while I prepare.
What do you require?
A potion. And listen and remember, or write in your language what I shall tell you. Do not forget, the viscera of the scavengers must be taken from a place near the battlefield, because they contain the flesh of those who fell. As for the personal object of Katasach, find his weapon, because it knew his fury and his despair.
He didn't have a weapon when I found his body. I'll search the battlefield.
Where can I find him?
In Duren's camp. She recovered him after the battle.
Very well. Not far from there is a sacred circle. You'll find me there when you have united all that I need. Then we can perform the ritual when the moon is high.
Let's先一人で行ってもらおうか。
ingredients you require, and I'll find you there when the moment has come.
Safe travels.
で、一旦とりあえず移動して、ここで一挙に作れるんやな。じゃあそろそろ終わるか。お腹も空いてきたし、ご飯や。で、とりあえずセーブ。 今日も割と長いことやったような気がする。とりあえず終わりやな。今日もまたちょっと覗きに来てくれたり遊びに来てくれた人たちはありがとうございます。また多分明日もやると思うんで、まあアーカイブにも残ってますけど、暇やったり興味があればぜひ見てください。それでは今日は配信終わります。